Hey everybody, my name is Frank Johnson, and first off, I just want to say thank you for tuning in and spending a little time with me. Fishing has been a part of my life for as long as I can remember. I caught my first fish when I was 3 years old, and from that moment on, fishing wasn't just a hobby. It became a part of who I am. I'm a competitive bass angler, fishing local, regional, and nationwide events. Over the years, I've been fortunate enough to fish in 22 different states, primarily targeting largemouth bass, smallmouth bass, but honestly, I just love fishing. If it swims, I enjoy chasing it, from trout and walleye to saltwater species on both the West Coast and the East Coast. Before fishing became my full-time focus, I was a firefighter. In 2010, I was involved in an accident that ended my firefighting career. That moment changed about everything in my life. But it also opened the door to something I was already deeply passionate about. I was an angler long before I ever made fishing videos or created content, and fishing became my way forward. I've always loved talking about fishing, the stories, the lessons, the experiences, and I never imagined I'd be doing a live show, but I realized this could be a great platform to connect, share knowledge, give back to the sport that's given so much to me. Recently, I was honored to be voted in as the state Nevada's youth director for Bass Nation. I helped a close friend form Silver State Youth Bass with the goal of helping young anglers pursue college educations through fishing scholarships. Giving kids opportunities through the sport is something I'm incredibly proud of. This show is really about the passion, fishing, the people, the journey, and the next generation of anglers. I'm not a podcaster, so I appreciate you guys bearing with me. But I promise you this, everything you hear from me comes straight from my heart. So whether you're a tournament angler, a weekend fisherman, or someone who just loves the water, you're in the right place, and let's talk about fishing. I do want to get to one of my sponsors. I had the opportunity to fish with Rob Kittner at One Bass Lake Mead Open, and that day told me everything I needed to know about the kind of angler and person Rob is. When the fishing got tough, Rob dug in and fought until the last minute, back to back. We never stopped grinding, and despite a hard day on Lake Mead, we brought in a great bag. Throughout the day, Rob shared his passion his passion for boats and fishing. He told me about his new restoration and rigging shop he wants to open, where he'll be offering top-of-the-line upgrades for both new and used boats. Now it's open. Whether your boat has been sitting for a while or needs a fresh makeover, feels outdated, or simply want to customize it to fit your style, Rob is the guy to call. What really sets Rob apart is his passion, his family, fishing, and boats, and it shows in his work. As a professional angler, Rob is hands-on with the latest and greatest electronics, accessories, and rigging options. He knows what works on the water because he uses it himself. He's the kind of guy who will dig in, pay attention to the details, and put true craftsmanship into making the boat top-notch. If you're looking to restore, upgrade, or customize your boat, give Rob a call or look him up on Instagram, Rob's Rigs and Restos. You won't find someone who cares more about your boat or your time on the water. So, a whole lot's been going on in the Bassmaster Elite Series since it officially kicked off. North Carolina pro Hank Cherry captured the FXR Bassmaster Elite at Lake Guntersville on February 8th, and he did it on his 52nd birthday. Cherry leaned on an old school approach, throwing a 3-inch curly tail grub on a 1/8 ounce jig. That decision paid off big time as he brought in a tournament high 27 pounds, 11 ounces on the final day. Man, that's a lot of weight. Finishing with a total weight of 88 pounds, 11 ounces as an emotional victory for Cherry and a reminder that sometimes the classic baits still can win tournaments. We have MLF's Jeff Harper going to be joining us here soon. Got to figure out how I do that. You in here, Jeff? Off the water, big sponsorship news for Bass Progressive Insurance has been named the platinum sponsor and official insurance of Bassmaster, taking over the title sponsorship of both the Angler of the Year Award and the Elite Series. Bassmaster Classic in Knoxville will sponsor the High School National Championship on Kentucky Lake. Yokohama Tire returns for the third year, while Yamaha Marine, Skeeter Boats, and Cigar have all extended their partnerships with Bass through the 2028. In other results, Ryan Makowitz picked up the win at Newport Bassmaster Kayak Series on the Kissimmee Chain with a two-day total of 194.25 inches. And with Gunterville in the books, early points are now posted in the Progressive Bassmaster Angler of the Year race. So if you're a fan of competitive bass fishing, buckle up, because the 2026 season is already shaping up to be one of the most exciting, controversial, and high-stakes years we've seen across Major League Fishing, the Bass Pro Tour, the Toyota Series, and beyond. Let's start at the top. Bass Pro Tour season is already underway. The Major League Bass Fishing Bass Pro Tour officially kicked off the 2026 season at Lake Guntersville, Alabama, and it didn't take long for familiar names to remind everyone why they're elite. Drew Gill picked up the season opening victory, continuing the momentum he built throughout the 2025. Gill is off to a hot start, doesn't stop with the Bass Pro Tour. Over on the Tackle Warehouse Pro Circuit, Drew Gill once again made headlines by winning the season opener at Florida's Harris Chain of Lakes on February 8th. With that win, Gill became the first angler in Major League Fishing history to lead Angler of the Year points on both MLF circuits simultaneously. MLF also introduced a major rules update for the Toyota Series in 2026, major technology restriction, limiting forward-facing and 360-degree sonar to a single 3-hour window per competition day. It's a move designed to balance technology with traditional angling instincts, and it's already a major talking point across the fishing world. Big changes, bigger payouts. One of the biggest stories of 2026 isn't just who's winning, it's how anglers are being paid. Based directly on angler feedback, MLF implemented the lower entry fees and increased payouts across several circuits. The Phoenix Bass Fishing League saw meaningful changes, and the Tackle Warehouse Pro Circuit now guarantees higher minimum payouts, up to $10,000 for roughly one-third of the field. On the Bass Pro Tour, winners now take home $125,000, and more than half of the field gets paid. It's a clear signal that the MLF is committed to sustainability and rewarding performance. Hold on, everybody. I'm trying to get Jeff Harper on here.
There we are.
Hey Jeff, how's it going?
Hey, what's up, buddy? How we doing?
Can you hear me all right?
All right. He's got the New Jersey and everything on. Look at
Hold
you.
on, I gotta turn up the volume. Let me see here. All right, there we go.
Can you hear me now?
So, why don't you tell everybody about yourself?
All right, for sure. Hopefully everybody's having a good night. I see a couple of my regulars are in here, so thanks for joining in. But if you're new to the channel, I'm Jeff Harper. So I've been fishing on tour now since 2018, and really fishing's been like my passion my whole life. I'm full time. Well, I was full time military when I started fishing, so I was in the Navy, and so pretty much all my off time was fishing. So I took leave to go to all the tournaments, and I kind of set myself up to make it up to the level to where I can retire and just fish for a living. So that's what I did. That was my dream.
Did you start locally, or
What's that?
did you start locally?
What I did was I started my first BFL, and the ABA was back in 2018. And I had a buddy that was in the Navy, and he kind of showed me the ropes, went out a couple times with his boat, and I was like, man, this is awesome. Because I'd always done bank fishing. I'd been out on kayaks. I had kayaks when I was stationed up in Virginia. But I never really owned my own bass boat. So I've learned pretty much. I'm kind of self-taught, so everything I've learned, watched thousands and thousands of hours of YouTube. I actually got me a massage chair and a big screen TV, and just sat there and learned how to fish online. So I'd watch it and then go apply it on the lake. So I didn't do co-angler. A lot of people do co-angler first. They'll sign up for the BFLs, do the co-angler through the or a Toyota series. I just went straight fishing. So I grabbed a boat and went out. My first tournament, I came in 12th place. And my first Toyota, I came in 5th place. So I just kind of picked it up and ran with it. I've always tried to find my own fish. So that's been part of my secret of being successful. A lot
You just go your own way.
Yeah, a lot of people try to reproduce what people have done before. So I did watch a lot of how-to videos, like how to rig the bait the proper way, how to I would say probably the most important thing, and we'll talk a little more about that tonight, is just like golf or any sport, you want to make sure you have the right equipment. I lost a lot of really key fish, big fish. I could have won a couple of tournaments that I was in my first year, second year, and it's because I didn't have the right equipment in my hand. So I had all medium heavy rods. I didn't realize I needed a heavy action when fishing a frog. So I'd had the big blow up. I'd get a good hook set, get back in the 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock position like I was supposed to. I'd be fighting the fish and it just came off. And I hear this story so many times when I get back to the boat ramp. I'm sitting there with 17, 18, 19 pounds, ready to cash my check. And I'm hearing in the background, man, I had a monster on, it came off or got off right on the boat, or couldn't keep it pinned on the lily pads. It got wrapped all up. And what I've learned is you got to have a heavy rod, heavy action rod, fast tip. You need 60-pound braid whenever you're using a frog. That way you don't have stretch. A lot of people throw fluorocarbon with frogs. And what happens is when you go to hit them and you're holding that hold on them, that line is stretching. And when it stretches, you're not getting a good hook set in the top of the mouth. And that's why that fish comes off. So don't be afraid. You'll watch my videos. I actually come up out of my shoes. I'll get up on almost my tiptoes to make sure I'm punching that hook through the roof of the mouth. So that took a lot of trial and error and took a lot of missing big fish that I needed to cash a check. So that's how I've gotten better over the years, is getting fine tuning my equipment. And I found which rods work best for me. And then on the flip side of that, I was fishing a little too heavy. I had a medium heavy rod. It was kind of a stiff medium heavy, almost heavy, and I was using that for chatterbait. So I'd be feeling the vibration, everything feels great, loads up, I got a fish on. I'm like, oh man, this is a good one. Next thing I know, the fish come unpinned. I'm like, what in the world? And I kept missing fish with the chatterbait, or it hit and I set the hook and pull it right away from the fish. So what I've done is I teamed up with Luz, I think that was 2 years ago, and they had the Hank Parker series, they had the Signature series, and what they do is they designed a line of rods that are specifically designed for each bait. So it says jerkbait on it, it says chatterbait on there. So that kind of takes all the guessing out. They've already designed that rod, knowing that that's the right kind of flex you want. So this morning I went out. I'll pop the picture up here in a little bit in the background. But I caught a 4 1/4 I went to Lake Apopka just to kind of see what was going on there. And the first fish I had was a chatterbait. So I'm kind of going over top of eelgrass, don't fish on, and I was able to hit it hard and not have to worry about pulling it out. It has a very soft tip on it, and it went right through the roof of the mouth. I even boat flipped it with that rod. So again, I wouldn't have that confidence in that gear, that equipment, or that hook set had I not had the right application. And the line is very important too. I use defense bait and tackle line, which is pretty much the same thing. If Invizex, I don't know if you ever heard of Invizex by Seaguar, use the same one, and it has a little bit of stretch to it, but not too much stretch because you don't want a rubber band when you're sitting there yanking on that fish. Right. So, but yeah, you can actually pin that fish down, and I had confidence. I was getting him a 20-pound going on top of grass. It was no question at all that fish was coming in the boat.
And so, how did you come up with defense bait and tackle? When did all that take place?
So it was my third year on the as fishing, all the tournaments, trails, and everything, and everybody was like, "Hey, who's your big sponsor?" And I said, "Well, I don't really have a big sponsor." I reached out a couple. They would give me 10, 20, 30% off of baits, and some places were giving me buy one get one free and stuff like that. But I didn't have nobody really sponsoring me. And also, that was about the time where, right after COVID, the prices of baits and stuff just went skyrocket. And they almost doubled in price. And I'm like, man, this is crazy. So I started looking online, and, I reached out to a couple of the companies, like I told you, like the Seaguar line and some of these other companies. And I was like, man, how much does it cost, to produce this to where I'm cutting out the middleman. I'm also selling it. I'm only online. I don't have a brick and mortar store. So how cheap could I really get these products out to the fishermen? And there's a lot of people that really want to fish and just can't afford it. It's just too expensive. $100,000 boat. You buy a whopper plopper now, it's almost $20. Jerk baits are $24 if you buy certain brands. So what I did was I reached out to the companies that have those expensive baits and said, hey, can you send me a different line? That way it's not the exact same, but it's close to it. And that way we save some people some money. And that's what we did. We kind of started out real small. I didn't expect it to take off as fast as it did because I was full-time Navy, and I also had, I was fishing. And next thing you know, I just started getting orders. It was like bam, 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 bam. And I was like, oh, no, I can't keep up with it. So we actually took off too much, where I was almost getting upset when I was getting orders because I didn't have the time to package it up and get it out as fast as I needed to for the customers. So that was like the first year. It just took off. So now I have my sister help me out, and that's why we've kind of grown. We have two separate warehouses. We have a small warehouse here in Florida, and then our big warehouse is in North Carolina. And
this is one of those baits right there.
There you go. So see,
yeah, this is I believe it's the flashy jerk bait and a pearl white with the feather.
Yeah. There you go. So what we did with those is, if you notice, the front hook is changed out to a red hook. So that's kind of something else that's unique about defense bait and tackle. I'm a big believer of red hooks. You go watch my videos, especially on even my horny toads. I use a red hook. I use a red number 6 Gamakatsu. Love Gamakatsu hooks. Those are really strong and really sharp. So
it puts off that blood color.
What's that?
Puts off that blood color for an injured look.
Yeah, it sure does. So what it does, it gives them a target to go for, and it's a natural instinct. They see red in the water, blood in the water, they're going to attack it. And I've seen the fish that are like lethargic or not really wanting to eat. I always say you put a pizza in their face, they're going to eat it. What I've seen is, and I've tried this, I've thrown a bait without red hooks in front of them, and I did that jerk bait, and they'll like kind of look at it, and then it's kind of like level back down. Because that's what's great about live scope. You see how the baits or the fish are actually
how they react to your bait.
Yeah, I threw the red one in there and twitch, boom, bam, fish on. So that told me that red, that natural instinct, it will get you a few extra bites off of other colors. So I put them on crankbaits. I put all my front hooks in the tournaments are red hooks. I even put them for worms too. We sell the 5/0 hooks, and that's what I use for my speed worms and any of my work. Like today, I was dragging a worm around, throwing a weightless Cinco, and I had my red hook on there. So firm believer in it. Hey, what's up, Dingle Sack? How you doing? Yeah, I'm a firm believer in the red hooks. So that's one of the things we kind of stand by. We changed that front hook out. We use Gamakatsu too, so that way you're getting a really sharp hook out of the package. And then another thing is I don't ever sell any baits I don't use while I'm on tour. So if you watch, you literally can watch me. If you watch the lives or whatever, anything that's broadcast, you're going to see me throwing the baits that I have online.
Every time I'm on your website, everything I see, I just want to click, 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 click. You know?
So we just got a new. See if the wife put the. Where's that reel at?
Yeah, I saw that reel on there.
So this is something that I was kind of hesitant. I've been trying. Again, I try all this stuff out. I make videos,
Right.
and we send it. We got a couple of pro staff guys that are been testing these out for us. But this is our new. This is our kind of our entry level reel. Again, I'm trying to make it affordable. I can sell $200, $300 reels all day long, but the key was to get people back fishing, get them high quality stuff that's going to last them on the water. So this is like our entry. We're only charging $49 for this reel. And again, it's 18-to-1 ratio, gear ratio. I mean, ball bearings. You also have I like 7-2-to-1. It's not too fast, not too slow. This is great for chatterbaits like today. This is what I was throwing. But it also has a really good drag system on it. So it's got 15-pound drag. So it's out of the box, ready to go. And then something else we do is we upgrade the handle on there to grippies. We sell these individually if you want these in the store. But this actually is a really comfortable, especially if you're fishing all day. But super smooth, super smooth reel, and so that's our new line of reels.
Is that you can get that right-handed and left-handed?
Right now we have right-handed. We actually posted it for one day, and we sold out left-hand that quick. So we're going to have to stock the left-handed back in there, but we do have 9 that just arrived, 9 right-handed. But we sold everything we had in almost 2 hours. So they went that fast. So I didn't realize there was a need for affordable reels. So we are putting those back on the website. They probably should go back on there. See, probably 2 days. We're shipping them to the warehouse in North Carolina, so they'll get pushed out. But so that's our reel. This is our new one coming online, and then we also have our own line, our braid. So we have one thing that's really hard to find is black braid or colored braid. So if you watch, I finished 13th place at the Okeechobee 3 weeks ago, and this was the braid I was throwing. I'd usually color my line and color it black. That's one thing I do in really clear water. Whenever it's stained tannicky, I throw the straight gray. The gray does really good. It's also something they haven't seen. They're not used to seeing that gray, and it's sneaky. Another thing I use X8 braid, and people always say, "What's the difference between X8 braid?" What's that?
It's a sneaky braid.
Very sneaky. So it's very, very quiet. So if you use X4 braid and then switch to an X8 braid, you'll never use X4 braid again. You're going to hear, like today I had one of my rods, I was fishing a swim jig, and I had that 4X on there, and I was throwing it, and I could hear, you can actually hear it in the guides. And you know, the game we played when we were kids, you know, you put the phone, you put it up to the ear. Uh-oh. Saying I got a violation. I must have said something. I guess I can't put the phone to my ear. All right, just saying I got a violation. Whatever. So if you put the cup game, you put the phone up to your ear. You getting it on your side too? The violation.
Yeah, well, I don't know what I did.
I don't know. It's probably something I said. There's so many like banana words you can't say. But anyway, if you play that game, the vibration goes down the line to the other cup, and the person can hear what's going on. Well, if you're hearing noise on your reel, think about what the fish are hearing in the water. It's magnifying.
Yeah.
So if you have that squeak or you have all that noise going on your reel, yeah, the line's like half price of what the X8 is. The X8, what it means is 8 strands. It's a softer line. It's like a cloth material. It's stronger. It can't break this stuff. I throw 60, and it's pretty much universal. I flip with it. I run a frog with it. Swim jigs. But once you go to X8, you won't want to go back to the X4. But we sell this online, and again, it's half the price of what you're going to pay for other competitors. And I got it from the exact same company. So that's what we try to do. We don't have all these advertising fees. We're not putting it in a shop. So I'm able to cut the price down.
Packaging and all that. Yeah. You just save it for the angler.
Yeah, I hardly make any money at all on any of this stuff. I'm not doing it to get rich or make money or anything like that. I'm just trying to help people out. And it helps
make it more affordable, get more anglers out there.
And it pays for my gas money. That's about it. So, but yeah, it's been a lot of fun too, and networking and meeting a lot of people. And I'm trying to grow other shops too. So we're working with Loose Lip Lures, and then
What about Loose Lip Lures?
What's that now?
Tell me about Loose Lips
Well,
Lures.
loose lip lures. Again, it's all networking. You meet these people as you travel around to the different tournaments. So loose lips. I met him fishing down on Kissimmee Chain. He traveled. Hey, what's up, Barefoot? He traveled with one of my buddies down to one of the events, and he wanted to, fish. He never fished Kissimmee Chain before, so he wanted to see all about it, and told me he was starting up a bait company. Was I interested in carrying his baits? And I said, well, let me see some of your product and test them out. I always test stuff out before I add it to my website. I want to make sure it works because I don't want to send crap out. It's got my name on it. So, and then he was like, well, do you want to help me design baits? I said, absolutely. So one thing I love fishing is obviously frogs, but spinner baits. I'm a big believer in spinner baits. So what I did was I helped him design a spinner bait with more flash and more thump in the water because I like to throw a double willow leaf. I don't like throwing the Colorado blades or they're just too slow. I like to cover a lot of water. I like doing a lot of fan casting and casting to multiple targets to find those fish. Then I slow down. So I like to power fish. Well, you can't power fish with a Colorado blade or, it's just too slow. So we designed a faster spinner bait with more flash. It has a hammer blade with serrated blades, which gives that extra thump. So you're getting the Colorado blade thump with your willow leaf blades, and it is phenomenal. We got really cool colors today. What? Barefoot said he fell in the water today. Oh my goodness! Did you fall in while you were on live? Wow, he kayak fishes. Do you follow Barefoot Fishing?
No.
Yeah,
I think I do. Yeah, actually.
yeah. Make sure y'all follow over there as well. So make sure you follow both accounts if you haven't already. He said he wasn't on live, so he goes live a lot on his kayak. Man, it sucks. At least it wasn't cold today. It was 80 degrees today in Florida. So I was out there in shorts and a short sleeve shirt. It was amazing.
It's still a little brisk out here.
Yeah.
So.
What's up, Charlie's Bass? Yeah, I know. It's never fun when you flip a kayak, especially when your phone goes down and everything else is floating in the
Everything
water.
gets wet, and that's
Yeah.
what went on.
So yes, that's kind of how we stood up, and that's kind of what we stand by. We're also Christian based, so we're a Christian veteran owned as well. I did 25 years in the Navy, so all about helping out the military. We do
Thank you for your service.
Yeah, I appreciate it. We do 10% off for military. If you text me, I'll give you the code, and then we do 10% off for firefighters and first responders. We support them as well. So, and then we also are supporting a bunch of tournaments this year. I think you've got one going down. We'll be supporting. So we do a lot of donations to tournaments. I don't know. Let's see, SR Fishing. He's also one of our big pro staffers. He's very active in the setting up booths and going to trade shows, and he's been awesome. We sent him a banner as well. I need to get your information. I need to send you a banner. That way you'll have a banner to pop up. You can put one in your background and also put it up in your tournaments. But we're all about helping the kids fishing. I've got 2 daughters, and I'm trying to get them into fishing. We're also helping out some of the high schools fishing teams as well. So we donated.
And you're helping out Silver State Youth Bass here too. So
There you go. Yep. So we're all about it. Anything like that. There's a church fishing team. Any of that, we're all about. So if you have some kind of event coming up and you need a sponsor, y'all reach out to me, and we'll try to help you all out. So again, I'm not doing this for money by no means, and doing it more or less to get more people in the water, to boost the fishing community, and also to support those. We do also the Wounded Warriors, or we do Take a Veteran Fishing. I'm part of the Bass Anglers, or it was Army Bass Anglers. So they do a lot of those events as well, supporting the veterans, people with PTSD, going through rough times, from Afghanistan and those different conflicts. So we do a lot to help them out as well. So we're big in trying to help out the community and stay positive. So much negative now in the news, negative every time you turn around. So we try to keep it positive.
make it all positive. Yeah,
All positive.
I like that.
Yeah,
That's
man.
amazing.
Yep.
So, well, I really appreciate your time today, Jeff. It was awesome talking with you. I'd love to have you back on the show as soon as I can get you back. I'd love to have it.
Absolutely.
Talk a lot more. So to continue watching for me, I got some other things coming on. I've got the Silver State Youth Bass president going to be here in about 5 minutes.
Oh, wow. That's
And
awesome.
then, why don't you tell everybody where you're fishing next?
All right, so I'll be heading. I was actually pre-fishing today for Harris Chain of Lakes, which is in Florida. It's in Leesburg. So next week we'll be heading down there. I'll probably head down there Wednesday or Thursday to start pre-fishing. But our next tournament's next Saturday, and then we have the Toyota Series coming up again. That's going to be on the Kissimmee Chain. So a lot of tournaments, just like back-to-back tournaments. So I'll be constantly traveling the next couple of weeks to the different areas. So if you're in the area, say hey. And again, if you ever have any questions about anything about fishing, different lakes down here in Florida or anywhere, I travel all over the U.S. fishing. Hit me up. I love giving
And you
tips.
have a great boat for sale as well, don't you?
I do have a boat for sale. Yep. So if anybody interested in a Skeeter, I think you're going to buy it though. You should. It's an awesome boat. It's been baby, well taken care of. I got all the documentation for it. It has probably
Beautiful
35,000.
boat.
It's about 35,000 just graphs and batteries, and then I have probably another 20,000 just in wiring and upgrade. So it's ready to go.
Beautiful boat.
Yeah.
And how does everybody follow you?
So if you click right up here on the top, so if you look in the top right corner, you can either click my profile up above or you'll see his over there on the side.
I'll post it with this video as well, so you'll have it.
It's Jeff Harper Fishing. So check that out. And then go check out defensebaitandtackle.com, or you can go Defense Bait and Tackle TikTok shop if you want to check out some of the products, see the cool line that we've been talking about, all the new reels. There's a lot of merch in there as well. And then you'll see baits that you use every day in there. We just have cool names for them. So anything you probably use on the lake, we got it in the store. Over 300 items in there. So go check us out.
This is what I'm really super excited about, your inline buzz bait.
All right, those are sneaky too. So what I do is I bite a fluke in half and put that as a trailer on there. So get you a Zoom Super Fluke and just put it on there. White works really good with that one. And I just burn it. I burn it across the top. I use like an 8-2-1. That's the skip and flip. So that thing is really good around docks. We have skip and flick. That's why loose lip lures. So what it allows you to do is actually skip that jig. Even if you're not great at skipping, you're not going to believe the skippability of this jig. And then
it slides right across the water, right?
it skips so easy. You'll be able to go right up underneath those docks easily. So definitely check those out as well. Whole different line of jigs on there. He has flipping jigs and swimming jigs. And then also buzz baits. We got a lot of different buzz baits on there. Go check out buzz baits if you like top water. I love top water. Frogs. We got a lot of frogs. So go check it out. Yep.
Awesome. Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate your time.
Yeah, thanks again, man. Y'all have a good one.
Break, so appreciate you.
All right, brother.
I'll be right back.
Hey, what's up, Alan? How we doing? Here, I'll stay here for a few minutes longer. Yeah, I went to Lake Apopka today. A lot of dead fish. That's something we didn't just talk about. There was dead fish everywhere. This last cold front that came through killed off a lot of the fish. The water temperature got down in the 50s. So there was probably 4,000 to 5,000 fish in that area I was in. And it was pretty nasty, pretty disgusting. There was a lot of, like when I went back into the very back corners of the pockets where the wind had been blowing in, it was almost unfishable. It was like a film on top of the water, and it was pretty gross. So, but yeah, we caught a lot of fish. We did really good in there. The first cast, I got a 4-pounder. Caught a bunch of little 2-pounders on there. So, yeah, it was a really good day of fishing. It is a warming trend. Each day is going to get better and better. So if you're ever to make it down here to Florida, right now is prime time to be fishing. We do have a little bit of cold front coming, so next week we're going to see that warming trend again, so the fishing is going to get a lot better. All right, I'm going to back out of here, man. That way you can go to your next guest, brother.
No. I'm going to introduce you to Allie. She is the Silver State Bass Youth or Youth Bass?
Yeah.
Silver State Youth Bass president.
Yeah.
Club president.
Yep.
So there you go.
Okay.
Hi.
Very nice to meet you.
I'm just going to tell you about her program. So
Oh yeah, it's fun. I know he told you at the beginning that he helped me out with it. He kind of told me about it, but it was a lot of fun. So we started the Youth Bass out here. We have a really small community. We thought it was a fun way to bring it together, give the kids something else to do, something else to look forward to, but also a way to give back. So we have a lot of national parks we have Tool Springs that has a little pond. Willow Beach has a fishery. Lake Mead has a fishery. Lake Mojave. So we just figured it was a really great way for them to be able to help with the conservation, which is one of the program's goals, but then also get them into a team kind of a spirit and help them learn how to fish and work towards goals that they're trying to accomplish. So we've been it's been about 2 weeks now. Our first meeting went really well. We had about 10 kids show up and they asked amazing questions and they wanted to jump right in. So our next meeting coming up, we're going to start fundraising. So thanks to Frank and our sponsor at, because I'm drawing a blank, Donkey Schlonkers. Defense, and then Frank, we've got some deals going on some packages that they can get for lures that they need. So that's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to see if we can hook them up to see the weigh-ins, see if they can see how that goes. And then hopefully that gets them a little more excited. They see the process.
And what day is that?
February 22nd.
All right.
So.
And that's going to be the Bass Nation event number, I believe, event number 4.
Yeah. So Bass Nation event number 4. We'll be there right around 1:30 unless we can do the weigh-in, then we'll be there a little bit earlier. But yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. They're gonna have to get some elbow grease going, get in there and work some. So it'll be fun. And then I know he wanted me to tell a little background also. So I've always fished my entire life. I couldn't tell you when I started. It's just, it is what it is. I've always fished, but it's always been catfish or trout or carp or just cheese and lures, marshmallows, hot dogs, worms, things like that. So I've never done bass until Frank introduced us to it. So this is gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be interesting. I have a daughter who loves fishing. She loves it probably more than I do. And so we got with Frank to go and just kind of help her out, take her somewhere, see if she'd be interested in it. And then he brought up this program and she was like, I really want to do this, like, really bad. So we went to another group and she loved it and then decided with Frank that the Bass Nation group needed to be started and to get the community involved, and that's kind of how that happened. So and then yeah, and then
Well, thank you so much for coming in.
yeah, no problem.
And I'm sure we'll have you back on here soon.
You will, maybe. I mean, not far, you can find me.
All right, thank you, Allie.
Nice to meet you.
Hey, nice to meet you too. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So that's everything I'm working on over here on this end. So yeah, it's exciting. We've got kids starting to use your baits.
Oh, cool. Awesome.
They're going to start throwing some spinner baits. I believe they're going to have a practice. They have the fundraiser first, and then they're going to have a practice like 2 weeks later. So
Someone just asked me, so Charlie's Bass on here, he's on the fence about joining up with the BFLs and the MLF. Do you want me to go? Do you have another guest coming on? You want me back out?
no, you're good. You're fine.
So I don't know if you're inside. If anyone wants to know how to join these tournaments, it's really no skill involved whatsoever. If you know how to drive your boat safely and operate your boat safely and know a little bit about fishing, that's what the BFL is for. So you go to majorleague.com, you'll add a membership, pay the membership fee, and that allows you to be eligible just like BASS. You can do the same thing. You can go sign up for their tournaments as well. It gives you a membership to allow you to go to the opens and compete against other anglers. So it's open to the public. So you pay the entry fee. So you sign up, you pay the entry fee, and then you need to read over the rules. There's a lot of rules and regulations about, make sure your boat has $300,000 insurance. There's make sure that your live wells work. Make sure that you have a seat available for your co-angler if you're co-angler. So there's a lot of things you need to read in there. And if you have any questions, reach out to me. Again, I'm trying to help the community grow. So if you are interested in being a boater, it's very easy to do.
They change the rules on you. Is it tournament to tournament or is it per year?
So usually it's per year. So they'll set up the 2025, now 2026 rules. And then if there is a change, they'll make an announcement. So Alan also just mentioned he wants to also be a co-angler. So to be a co-angler is really easy as well. So what you'll do is go in there, go to the regions. So they have like the Gator divisions, Florida. They got the Cowboys, which is Texas. So go underneath your region. You can go. Georgia has one. Just about every area, even all the way up north, Lake Champlain, St. Lawrence River, all those areas up there in New York have their tournaments as well. So find your trail, and then what you do is you'll go in there and it says you want to click to register, and then you'll sign up as either a boater or a co-angler. So if you want to be a co-angler, what you'll do is you'll just show up the day before the tournament. Most anglers, they live close enough to the lake. They'll just show up that morning at like 5 o'clock. You're gonna call your boater the night before, and he or she's gonna tell you where to meet them at, what time to be at the ramp. You can only bring 7 rods, and you'll bring 1 small bag, and then you can have snacks and stuff like that to put in the live well. But you show up and you're gonna fish with someone just like me. So I'll be there. I'll pull the boat up. You jump on there, and then you get to fish all day for against other co-anglers. So you're not fishing against me. You're not fishing against other boaters. You're fishing against other co-anglers.
I've been fishing the regionals for one bass. I took Clear Lake off. I'm taking Shasta off, but I fish as a co. It is what you make it.
It is.
So if you can get the fish on the boat, your partner's going to be great at it. You guys do it a little different though. We do a cumulative weight. You guys fish against pro against pro and co against co, correct?
Correct. So all the co-anglers. So some events you have to have 3 fish, and some you have to have 5 fish. So it depends on where you're at. But you'll take your biggest 3 fish. So way that works is if you get 3 fish in the boat and then you catch one that's bigger, you throw your little fish back. It's called culling. You throw your little one back and then you replace it with the larger fish. So you try to get the most weight out of your 3 fish. You'll go up to the scale, you put it in a bag, one bag, they weigh it. And let's say you have 12 pounds, 8 ounces. And they'll say, hey, the cut line was 13 pounds, 12 ounces. So you don't have a check. But if it's 11 pounds, you got the check. So it just depends on where the cut is and how many people show up for the tournament, or whether you get a check or not. But I mean, you can win a brand new boat as well. If you end up winning one of these tournaments, they give you a brand new Phoenix boat. So it's only Alan just said it's only $100. So it's $85 for the premium membership. I think that includes like a subscription to magazines and all kinds of stuff. You get like a free pack in the mail. There's a lot of
what are your co-entry fees over there?
$100. That's it.
That's it?
If you think about it, so to hire a guide, if you go fishing with a pro angler and hire a guide for 4 hours, it's close. It's going to be $600 to $800 to rent.
I pay $600. Well, $400 for your average tournament with one bass. The U.S. Open, I think, $600 to $800.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then like your Bass Nation's about $100, like every event. So, hearing that the MLF is $100 for a co to enter, and what kind of payouts there?
So like first place is like $2,500, and they pay out. So that's what I'm trying to say. They like when we fished Okeechobee, we had 240 boats. So that's a pretty good turnout. So you're fishing against 230 other co-anglers. So you take that, so 230 times 100. So that's what it is. They divide that up by however many spots. Usually they pay out a percentage of the field. So let's say they paid out 20 people. You're still getting a pretty good check. You can get in 20th place and still you're making like $200 or $300. So it's a pretty good little turnout. Again, you're not getting rich off fishing. This is beginner, it's more for fun. You get to fish with, you get to see where they're going, the whole rush of the takeoff, calling numbers. It's just an experience. Very beginner. It's very user friendly. Anyone can do it. You're going to see, 80-year-old men out there who can barely stand fishing. And you're going to see young
All you got to be able to do is back up a truck.
19, 20-year-olds out there that never been on the water before. Some people probably never even been on a boat. They're out there fishing against you. So it's fun. It's a good experience. And it's about networking. You're meeting people. You're asking about sponsorships from other folks. So it's great. That's how a lot of people cut their teeth and, start out as a co-angler. I just didn't want somebody driving me around. And I want to be in charge. So I went and just bought me a boat and went fishing.
I've had mixed reviews.
Yeah.
Mixed reviews. It's either you have a really great partner or you're wishing you were on the bank because you
Yeah.
could do better on the bank. So
So
there's that.
let me give some advice on that. So the ones that are again, I'm getting a lot of people here asking me questions about this. So what I always tell folks again, I love training and helping people, and again, I'm just giving you experience from what I've seen. So that night before, you're going to call. So you're going to have a meeting. Everybody on that Friday is going to have a group meeting, just like this. We're in a telecon. Everybody's going to dial in. They're going to go over the rules, regulations, and then you're going to get a text saying you're boat number 20, and you're paired up with Jeff Harper. So, and it's going to give you my phone number. So we're going to call each other, and you're going to be like, this is the way that phone call should go. Usually the boater is doing all the talking. Hey, we're going to have a long run. Make sure that you're wearing the proper attire. It's going to be cold in the morning. I'll have a cooler with ice if you want to bring a couple of drinks and a snack. And I ask them, do you want the chair? And they say, yeah, I'll take the chair. And if they don't want the chair, that's great. That's less weight in the boat, and we can go a little bit faster. But
I usually don't like a chair.
what's that?
I usually don't like a chair.
Yeah,
It gets in my way. I like to have my rods
yeah.
where I have my rods, and then they're easier to put away. And that chair, you start catching stuff on it, you start leaning on it, and you're not all of a sudden you're getting hunched over. And I've got neck problems, and so I found that if I'm standing straight up, I'm my posture is a lot better for when a strike hits.
But that seat, if they want it back there or not, I just have it readily available. And then they talk about they might say, hey, we're going to be flipping all day, or we're going to be throwing a frog. Make sure you bring a frog. Or that's the kind of things you want to ask them. If they don't say anything about baits or lures, most of them are going to tell you, and they're not being buttholes. They're not keeping anything from you. What happens? A lot of these co-anglers travel around, like 6 or 7 of them, and like in our group, we have 6 of us to travel. We have 2 co-anglers, and the rest of them are boaters. So how do I know I'm not on speakerphone and there's boaters listening? So and I'll be like, yeah, man, we're going to the north end of Okeechobee. I got some clear water there. I'm smashing them. I'm catching a bunch of fish. Well, now guess what? Those 2 boaters just heard that. So now that might change their plans. Next thing you know, they're going to be looking for us on the water, especially if you have a wrap boat. Okay, well, Jeff Harper's on fish. I'm going to chase him down. So I'm very careful what I say. I'm not just being rude or anything, but I'll tell you, hey, we'll talk more in the morning, and I'll tell you what to bring. So that might go down. And I'm really nice to my co-anglers. Again, I love to teach. So I'm going to show you, hey, this is my baits real quick. Hey, you better not text. I always say don't touch your phone. You're not allowed to share information. Once we were on the boat, you're not supposed to be texting your buddies. Yeah. What's that?
Over there taking selfies where you're pre-fishing.
I will tell you, if you're a boater, there's some sneaky co-anglers out there. If you're a boater, turn your screens off, because what they're doing is they're taking pictures of your waypoints while you're back there fishing. So just be careful. A lot of people take your information. I've learned the hard way. Sometimes you can be too nice, but the boater also, you got to think too. He or she has been practicing for a whole week. Think of all the gas money that they've used. It's almost $220 to fill my boat up with gas right now with the gas prices. I use only non-ethanol gas. So that's another thing. When you buy my boat, I put ring free in it also to make sure that there's no carbon buildup whatsoever in there. That motor is going to last forever. But
it looks like it, yeah.
Yeah, you definitely want to put that inside your motor. But anyway, so they got all that money tied up. They got the Airbnb for the week, so they probably are in about $3 or $4 grand before you even step foot on that boat. So they're vested. So usually what I do if I'm a co-angler, if I'm fishing like a partner series and I'm the co-angler, I usually spot them, $50 to $100 in gas money. So my recommendation to you, you don't have to do this, but I usually do that right off the bat. Say, hey, how's it going, man? Dude, I'm so excited. Positive. You want to be positive. That first interaction, kind of like getting a job interview, that's the first time you're meeting them. Hey,
that's your vibe.
That's everything. You're spending 8 hours with this person. If you come off as a butthole, as a co-angler or boater, vice versa, there's already some friction there. Y'all got to knit each other's fish. So I try to say, hey, man, we're a team. I fist bump them, say, dude, come on over here, man. Let's talk about what we're going to do today. I'm trying to get the positive vibes on the boat. I pray before we take off, ask them they know Jesus, those types of things. I've been lucky. My last couple of co-anglers have been sent to me on purpose. It's been crazy. And we end up talking, and we're good friends now. We're texting back and forth. So again, it's relationships, building up relationships with people. Right. But it's good. And I even say, hey, if you have any questions or you're like, what in the world? Why are you throwing that? What'd you do that for? I talk while I fish, and I'll teach you. as long as you don't interfere with me fishing. And something else that
Yeah, I get super quiet when I fish.
yeah,
Super quiet. I
all,
get
all kinds
focused.
of anglers. Yep.
Yeah. So
But and then don't forecast. So there's boater etiquette. There's like unwritten rules. You'll hear that a lot in fishing. You know, you don't cut in on people. You don't cut them off. If they're going down a bank line, you don't cut them off. But the same thing for a co-angler. I've had several tournaments where, you know, I'll hook one, I'm catching the fish, I'm pulling it up, and next thing you know, right over my shoulder, the co-angler cast in the same exact spot. You shouldn't do that. That's especially if that power pole's down. That's just bad etiquette. What's up, Steve W? How we doing, brother? So there's things you just don't do. And again, your boater's probably going to talk to you a little bit and say, hey, bro, don't cast forward again. That would have been cool.
good advice I have for future co's is I have a specific pair of Hey Dudes that I only wear on boats. That's it.
Hey, dudes, you wear on a boat?
Yep, they're my boat shoes.
There you go.
So they don't get walked in dirt. They don't get walked around the parking lot. They're specifically just for getting on the boat. Because what's it cost for you to replace your carpet?
Oh man. Well, the one on the Skeeter is padded, so it's very expensive to replace the carpet.
And just a couple of rocks, scuffs, and you got a couple of tears, right? So, I'm always cautious about the boat owner. It's his boat or her boat, and as long as you are respecting it like it was your own boat, you do pretty well.
Yeah.
You know, pick up after yourself. Don't leave trash all over the place.
They are good.
You know, you're a roommate, so keep your side of the boat clean.
Yeah.
And for me, it seems the more organized I stay throughout the day, the better I do.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like I'm having to dig through everything to find everything because everything is right where it should be.
Absolutely.
Rod
socks are also something else that co-anglers use. If you're not familiar with those, what it is, I don't have one right here, but it's a sleeve.
Sock?
Yeah, you got one around you. It's a sleeve that goes over and protects your rod. And what that does, why it's important as a co-angler to have those, is because it keeps your mess under control. It allows you to slide a rod out real quick and fire a cast. Like if you see a fish bust on top of the water, you can pull out your top water real quick and make a cast. So there you go. See how the rod sock and protects the eyelets too, to where your eyes won't get damaged. So we have several different colors. I like to color coordinate mine. So all my frog rods are green. All my flipping rods are red. So I actually have color associated with whatever action I have. So I have over 100 different rod socks on mine, and that way I can real quick grab it out of the box because I take 35.
You know exactly what it is, yeah.
I take 35 to 40 rods with me every time on the boat. That boat holds 40 rods, like easily holds them in there. And on the deck, I put 15 and 15 on the deck.
And what is your new boat you're getting?
So I got to sell this one first. I'm gonna get the 2026 Skeeter. So I'll get the new one shipped to me once I get this one gone. I don't want 2 boat payments right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, soon I'll probably have to drive to Texas to pick it up.
From the factory?
Yeah. So that's like the catch. They'll hook you up, but you got to go drive to the factory to pick it up. Not a big deal. I like Texas. I might drop off at Sam Rayburn and break it in and go catch some fish down there. Sam Rayburn is an awesome fishery. It's one of my best or my favorite places to go fish for sure.
Yeah, Bass Nation has a regional. Bass Nation has a regional, and actually, for the people who are wanting to be co's,
Yep.
You can actually get with your state Bass Nation club, and I believe as long as you pay the entry fee, you can actually fish that regional.
Oh wow. Okay, that's really cool. So are you familiar with Danny with Crossbaits? Have you reached out to him before?
Hold on, I'm getting something. It says live will end in 4 minutes. We have detected inactivity during your.
You're staying too far back from the screen. So for future lives, you got to every once in a while walk up to the screen and show your face.
Okay.
Yeah, you should be good now. It's hit okay.
All right.
Did it go away?
Yeah, it went away.
Yeah, it didn't detect that you're actually in there. Like some people just leave the screen up and walk out of the room and stuff like that, and they come back and it's shut down. Just make sure you stay. They need to recognize your face. TikTok has really gotten weird with their rules and regulations. But I was talking about Danny with crossbaits. So he designs a lot of really cool baits. He's getting big into like the scoping minnows. I use yesterday I was on Kingsley Lake and I was using the scopodope minnow is what he calls it. But go check out his page. It's Danny at Crossbaits. He has a TikTok page. If you look at the first like 3 of his videos, it shows his baits in the tank. And he uses different material in there where the worm actually stays horizontal. It doesn't sag down. It actually stays up. So when you're doing drop shot or the minnow, also his minnow is designed to put a rattle in it. So you can have that little bit of a rattle action in it that gets that strike. So really cool baits. And then Danny's really cool too. He's a pretty funny guy. He makes some funny videos. So go check out Danny at Crossbaits. But he has all kinds of plastic, all kinds of worms. He also has hooks, terminal tackle. Eventually, when I get a little more money, I'm going to end up adding his products. I got to buy it all in bulk and add it to the shop. But I eventually will start selling crossbaits. They're really good quality, and I've caught a lot of fish with his products. So go check him out.
I definitely will have to go check them out. So
what baits do I recommend for Toho? That's what I'm getting at. I'm getting asked a bunch of questions over here. So, and then if you have anybody asking questions your side, just throw them out at me and I'll answer them. But
I can't see. I'm like I said, I'm new to all this, so I'm working on it. I think I need to upgrade some technology, but we're getting there.
I'm doing mine on my phone, so I just have a phone. Are you using a phone or a computer?
Yeah, I'm on the phone here, and then I've got Instagram over here, and trying to get both the cameras going back and forth. It's a little touch and go.
Gotcha.
I think I have one viewer over here, and then I've got the viewers in here. So
Yeah, no worries.
it wasn't a bad first show,
It
So
was good.
it's going to get better, and it's going to be more fluid, and yeah.
You did a really good job. What's up, Kendra? Hey, if y'all do me a favor, definitely go over there and hit a follow on his side, and that way he sees you. And also, Danny, if you don't mind reaching out to him and get hooked up with them. He's up and coming fisherman as well. So
up here on the right, I hit which one?
See that little you see where it says I don't know what yours says. Right by the power button. See how you have a little drop down? It'll show you all the viewers.
Gotcha.
Top viewers. You want to follow all those. Just hit follow on those. Thank you, Kendra.
All I've got is loose lips.
Oh, he's the only one you got in there? Okay, they're probably going to send you request.
Ads. Okay.
But yeah, definitely reach out to him. But he was asking about what bait to use on Lake Toho. So when we fish Lake Toho, that's going to be I think next month. What's going to happen is these fish are going to be, depending on the moon phase, they're going to be in all 3 phases. You're going to have fish up on the beds. You're going to have fish post-spawn and pre-spawn. The easiest fish to catch are going to be your pre-spawners. So if you're going as a boater, I would be targeting those pre-spawners. They're going to be fatter. They're going to be, getting fed up before they're going to move up to the beds. I've lost way too many tournaments and could have cashed checks had I not targeted those bass on the beds. That's gambling because you don't know when they're going to pull off. You don't know if somebody went and stuck them. You got off the lake at 4 o'clock. Somebody could have gone there at 5 o'clock and caught every single one of those fish. That's happened to me multiple times on these tournaments. Fish have tails. They move. So I feel like you're going as a co-angler. Okay. I feel like you're gambling if you go after bed fishing. It's nice to pick up 1 or 2. I do go check my beds. I have them spotted out, but I don't go all in. I'm not like Cox. I don't go all in on bed fishing. That's not what I do. I get them when they're staging, pre-spawn and post-spawn, and I know what areas they're at. So if there's any kind of grass, the mouths of creeks are really good. And like usually what they're going to do is they're going to start moving in. They're going to start at the mouth, feeding up, and then they're going to start moving back in that creek. So what I tell folks is if you have a cold front, they're not going to actually come all the way back out to the mouth. They're going to stop at whatever structure or whatever dock about wherever that cold front came, the cold snap. And then when there's a warming trend, they start moving the rest of the way back up. They got to drop those eggs. So if you can find out where they've stopped at in that creek or that canal, that's where you're going to capitalize and catch those fish. So that's what we did this morning. I caught the majority of my fish at the mouth. We got a warming trend coming up. The fish haven't quite moved up. Water temperature was 60 degrees. So once it hits that 73 or, really 65 to 73 degrees, it's game on. I think this weekend is going to be absolutely slugfest on all the lakes down here in Florida. So
when I was fishing here, a couple of days ago, It looks like they're in a false spawn right now because our water temp is at 65.
65. Oh, that's golden. Barefoot,
Yeah.
Barefoot just said his fish was peeing on him. That is a thing. If you see if you're holding up your buck and it starts peeing, it's about to go down somewhere on the lake. You need to go find the warm water. Usually the north side of the lake is going to spawn faster. It's protected by the north wind. So that's usually the first place I go. If I'm going to a lake I haven't pre-fished yet, I'm going to go straight north of the lake, find that shore that's been protected, and start looking for, I like the circle pads, lily pads that usually is hard bottom. I'll scan back and forth, my side scan until I find that hard bottom, hard return, and I'm going to start flipping, punching, frogging that area until I absolutely whack them. So, but yeah, if they're starting to pee, it's going down. It's usually within 24 hours. That's the bucks getting ready to move up, and they're going to be spawning somewhere on that lake.
Well, awesome. I appreciate you. I ran out of time. I got to get going. So
You're good, brother. Hey, thanks again for having me tonight, man. And everybody else that joined in, thank y'all for joining in.
Thank you for tuning in. And next Wednesday I'll be doing this again. I don't know if you're available. Let me know.
Next Wednesday I'll be good. Yep, I'll be available. I don't leave till Thursday to go to Harris Chain. So yep.
Awesome. Well, good luck and tight lines to you. And I'll talk to you soon, brother.
Sounds good, man. Thanks again. God
All right,
bless.
thank you.
All right, later.